My name is Gloria. I am a young person born and living with HIV. I'm a human rights lawyer. I got to know about my status when I was 11 years. My mother disclosed to me, and I remember her asking me, "What do you know about HIV?" And I told her what I know about HIV is everyone who has HIV is going to die.
For the first 11 years of Gloria's life, she was in and out of the hospital. Her little mind never comprehended the reasons for all the hospital visits.
And then when she asked me, what would you do if you get to know that you're HIV positive, I didn't answer her because I tried to connect the dots of me taking medication, me going to hospital all the time. And then I realized that maybe I am HIV positive, and at that moment, I hated myself because I knew I'm going to die. I knew I didn't have a future. I became hopeless.
Albeit her resettlement, she had to learn to live with her newfound status. However, her immediate circles could not accept her, and only this served as the anchor for the stigma she soon faced.
So literally, I didn't even study senior one first term because I was sick. So when I joined school again, it happened that I went to a school where there is a neighbor, a kid of a neighbor who heard that I'm HIV positive. And when he saw me, he had to tell everyone at school how I am HIV positive, and no one should associate with me.
Gloria is one of the 1.4 million Ugandans living with HIV. According to the Uganda Population-Based HIV Impact Assessment Survey, the virus ranks high among the country's youthful population. It further indicates that HIV prevalence among young people aged 15 to 24 years is 1.8%. HIV is spread to young people like Gloria through a variety of routes, including mother-to-child transmission, unprotected sexual contact, and the interchange of bodily fluids.
Looking at this age group, they are growing up, they are experimental, they are energetic, they take risk a little bit much more. And their risk perception of what they are engaging in and what they are doing is a little bit less compared to the older population.
HIV/AIDS, initially described as a slim disease, was first recognized in Uganda in 1982. However, many believed it was witchcraft.
Kale no bulwadde buno bwali bwakajja, abantu bangi baali balowooza nti muteego, nti eyo ekasensero ku mwalo. Bannayuganda baagenda ne babba Mukene e Tanzania. Bali ne balowooza nti ewukelewe, omanya Abatanzania abo abava ewukelewe balogo nnyo. Abantu ne balowooza nti Abatanzania babaloze muteego, kumbe mulwadde.
As people learned about HIV, stereotypes soon fed into people's minds and gave way to stigma. Soon, people were reluctant to be open about their status, and this only further increased the spread of the virus.
Stigma tends to cause negative emotions in the persons that are affected, and in so doing may cause a number of undesired behavior in them. They could feel guilty, they could not want to disclose, they may become fearful, they may isolate, and then they are less likely to take on positive things that help them or help the entire community.
Analysts say that the stigma prevents people with HIV from seeking life-saving medical care.
What we have seen with stigma is really that if a person perceives negativity around HIV, then they are less likely to come out and test, like we discussed earlier. But even those who test and get onto treatment, they are less likely to stay on their treatment.
Gloria embarked on learning more about HIV, and that's when she landed on what would be a turning point in her life.
So I had the zeal to prove to these people that, hey, you neglected me because I'm HIV positive, but I'm going to be someone successful in life. So one day I'm in my room and I go online and I just put HIV, and I happen to find the Y+ beauty pageant.
Government and non-profit organizations have run campaigns in the fight against HIV and stigma since its discovery. The campaigns focused on protection, prevention, and awareness. Many of the campaigns focused on helping people without the virus and less on those living with it. The All HIV Positive-led initiative, pioneered by the Uganda network of young people living with HIV, is however changing the narrative.
So the Y+ Beauty Pageant began in 2014. We sought to give a human face to a human and young face, let me be clear about that, to HIV. And we saw no better way than to use the beauty pageant as the vehicle to transfer this message of hope, positivity, of leadership, of ambition.
We learn about HIV. Sometimes they bring different teachers, mental health, HR messages, and then not only reading or what, have modeling. How can you model? How can you sit? This is the way Mr. Sit. You have to make yourself every time you smile. Don't remove all the teeth out.
For the participants, the beauty is beyond the scars of their HIV status. They are turned into ambassadors of change, going out to communities to support other young people living with the virus.
They're empowered, they know how to front their issues, they know where to front their issues, they know how to advocate with evidence.
In COVID season, I did delivery using bicycle because there was no any transport to help my fellow young people living HIV, to make them to get their medicine.
They empower us to be advocates. They empower us to advocate against stigma, discrimination, advocate for the rights of people living with HIV, for the needs of people living with HIV.
The pageant has helped over 2,000 young people to accept who they are and live positively. Beyond the pageant, Uganda Network of Young People Living with HIV says it has reached out to 50,000 young people through social media and over 50,000 young people living with HIV through its outreach campaigns. Gloria, for instance, uses her musical talents to spread her message.
I realized the more I went in communities, the more I interact with people, I realized that people still have the myths and misconceptions. But I wanted to show them in a sense that will create more impact in the society, and that is through edutainment.
Despite the empowerment that comes with Y+ campaign, living with HIV can still come with its struggles.
But also we are having a challenge when it comes to disclosure, especially when it comes to love relationships.
Man, we are not free doing disclosure. We are not open. Because when you're a man, you're very onogaha. What if when I tell him what is the other plan? Stay here.
First, they show them that they love them. They show them that they will support them. And then after, they act like as if they're helping them to love them because they're HIV positive, which is unbelievable and unacceptable, because if you're going to love me, you have to love me of who I am.
Even as stigma wages on, hope is not lost. Young people like Gloria have hope that they can win this fight.
I always tell young people, HIV does not define you. HIV is just a tiny virus that is in someone's blood, but you can even suppress it by taking your medication every day. So HIV shouldn't be a limit, you know. For those who are giving excuses that, oh, for me I'm HIV positive, I cannot do this, I cannot do this, you are the problem. HIV is not the problem, but you are the problem. I believe that me, HIV cannot stop me from being who I want to be or being anything I want to be. If I mean being the president of Uganda, I'll go for it.